on in. Boy, we got a special guest today coming over. Ms. Iris Flutterby. And she's going to bring us a story of spring. So, come on, gather up, get some of those cookies, some of that apple juice, sit down, and we'll wait for her to come over here. You know, as the snows melt, spring is surely going to come, no matter how long. Oh, I bet that's Iris now. Iris, hi.
Hi, Woodstone. So nice to see you
Nice
again.
to see you. Guys and gals, this is Ms. Iris Flutterby.
Welcome.
Yeah, how are you? So did you bring us a story?
I did bring us a story.
Is it about spring?
It is on the way in. I saw the birds coming in, and it just feels like it's near, doesn't it?
Yes, it does. Yes, it does. This is one of my favorite times of the year. In the Celtic world, May, the next month, is called Shoots Show. So right now, those seeds are kind of making their move up through the ground, up into the snow, and soon it'll be spring. So what did you bring us?
Our story for today is Megan's Ostara.
Oh, that's an excellent story. Okay.
Is everyone ready?
Well, I think they're ready. Go ahead, get another cookie there. I can see you looking at them. You start.
Oh, why, thank you. Once upon a time, there was a little girl named Megan. She lived with her mommy and daddy and her big brother Corwin and her beautiful cat named Starweaver.
Oh, Starweaver. One day in spring, Megan was walking with her father in the woods behind their house. He was showing her some of the plants that lived in the woods. Michael smiled down at Megan. Well, soon it will be Ostara, Megan, and we will be planting seeds to celebrate. Do you know what kind of seeds you want to plant for the harvest in the fall? Megan thought hard. She knew that Ostara was one of the holidays when the pagans asked the gods to make the fields fertile so that there would be food for winter. I like flowers, Daddy, she said, but I wished I could plant niceness. Her daddy looked confused. What do you mean?
Well, said Megan, sometimes I have a hard time being nice to one of the boys in my school. He's really mean to everyone. I don't like him being around him. I know that I should be nice to him even when he's mean to me, but it's really, really hard to do. That's why I wish I could plant some niceness. Said Michael. Do you want niceness for him so that he won't be so mean? Or niceness for you so that you can be nice to him even when you don't feel like it? Megan stopped to pick up Starweaver, who was rubbing her legs. I'd like him to be nice to me, but if he won't, then I guess I need some more niceness for me to give to him. Michael nodded. I see. Well, it wouldn't be right to work magic on him without asking him first. Megan gasped. I couldn't do that.
No, said Michael, but there's no reason that you can't plant some niceness for yourself. They turned a corner on the path and started back down toward their house. And just then, Megan's big brother Corwin came racing toward them. Hey, he shouted. Mom's got the eggs to dye for Ostara. Megan clapped her hands with glee and jumped up and down. Run ahead, said her daddy. Just make sure you save some for me. Megan and Corwin ran back to the house. They slowed down when they got to the door. It was a safety rule in their family not to run indoors unless it was an emergency. Megan didn't think her mother Elizabeth would think that the eggs were an emergency.
When Megan got inside the kitchen, she saw her best friend Cindy sitting at the table. Cindy's mom, Anna, was standing by the stove with Elizabeth. Hi, said Cindy. My mom met your mom at the store and said we could come over to make Easter eggs with you. Megan slid into the chair next to Cindy. Cool, she said, but we're making Ostara eggs. Megan, her mom turned around. That's not very nice. You know Cindy is Christian and not pagan. Anna turned with her. Actually, we don't celebrate Easter as a religious holiday like some Christians do. For us, it's just the day when the Easter Bunny comes.
Here, kids, we have special dyes from herbs for you to use. You should put on these gloves first so the dye won't dye your hands. Megan and Cindy quickly put the gloves on, and Elizabeth set out the dye pots. There were all the colors of the rainbow. Megan had learned a name that helped her remember the colors of the rainbow. Roy G. Biv, she told Cindy. That stands for red, orange, green, blue, indigo, and violet. I know that, answered Cindy, and I remember that you said red was for fire, yellow is for air, green is for earth, and blue is for water. Megan smiled at her friend. They colored all the eggs and put them in the special racks that Corwin had made for the eggs to dry.
Soon it was time for Cindy to go home. Mom says I can come back on Easter and we'll have an egg hunt, she told Megan. I'll ask my mom if you can spend the night before, said Megan. And she gave Cindy a hug goodbye.
Megan couldn't wait for the holidays. I can't either. Old Woodstone loves the holidays. Soon it would be time to celebrate Ostara. Her parents had explained that Ostara was also called the spring equinox, and on the equinox the day was just as long as the night. They told her that even though the Christian church had taken a form of the name Ostara for their spring holiday, Easter was based really on the Jewish holiday of Passover. Christ had been celebrating Passover when the bad people came to take him to jail.
Other members of the coven came to Megan's house. She and Corwin helped decorate the circle with flowers. Just before the circle was going to start, Michael took Megan apart. This is for you, he said, as he handed her a big seed that was colored bright pink. What is it? She asked Megan. Well, tonight we will plant all the seeds to represent things in our lives that we want to grow over the summer. This is the seed that stands for niceness. Megan hugged her daddy close. Thank you, she said. She couldn't wait to plant her seed.
It took a while for Megan's seed to grow. Some days it was still hard for her to be nice to people who were mean to her. But thinking about her growing seed helped. When Easter came, Cindy was sick and couldn't come over to Megan's house. Megan was really mad. Her parents reminded her Cindy didn't want to be sick. Megan stopped and thought about it. Her parents had sent her to her room because she had gotten so mad she had been stomping all over the house. She thought about how she would feel if she were the one who had been sick.
Soon Elizabeth came to tell her that she could come back out. I'm sorry, Mommy, Megan said. Could we make a basket to take to Cindy so that she will feel better? Elizabeth smiled. I think that would make her feel much better. She took Megan downstairs and helped her make a basket for Cindy.
Later, they took the basket to Cindy's house. Megan couldn't go in because Elizabeth and Anna didn't want her to get whatever Cindy had. And she stood in the yard and waved up at Cindy's window. Elizabeth came back out. Cindy said to tell you, thank you for the basket. It really made her feel much, much better. It was very nice of you to think about doing that for her, especially when you were so mad about her not being able to come over today.
Megan stopped at the car. I guess that my niceness seed is growing. Elizabeth smiled. I guess that it is. Later that night, Megan lay in her bed with Starweaver curled up beside her. She was still a little sad that Cindy could not come over to hunt eggs, but she felt proud that she had thought of something that made Cindy feel better. Her niceness seed was really growing big. All in all, she thought that she had a really good day.
Wow, what a great story. And it's always so important to be nice. And sometimes, Iris, you know, it isn't even easy for Old Woodstone to be nice all the time. But, this spring, I'm going to plant a great big niceness seed.
I think all of us should plant great big niceness seeds so we can see our niceness in ourselves and others.
That's so true. Well, thanks, and I hope that you get another chance to come by, Iris Flutterby.
Well, thank you so much for having me. It was a pleasure.
Okay, bye, kids, and we'll see you next time here in the Story House.